Rooster. Millions of eggs are being sold at full price while you getting less of that sugary, gooey goodness. You ever open up a bag of chips, look inside, and realize that it's mostly air? I thought I bought Doritos, not a bag of somebody's breath. I once measured it purely out of spite. 8 chips and enough air to fill a hot air balloon, right? And the bag said family size. What family are they talking about? Ants? Are ants having a Super Bowl party? Turns out that bag of air isn't a mistake. It's the economy, and it's called shrinkflation. That's our word today, kids. And it's happening with everything from cereal to soap. Today, we're diving into why you're paying more but getting less, and who's banking on you not noticing. This is Society Breakdown. Peace, and blessings. What's good? This is your boy 7 Inglewood Zone right now in your zone, and this is another episode of The Black Man Show presents Society Breakdown. And today we are answering 3 big questions, and they are: what exactly is shrinkflation and how are corporations getting away with it? Why do products, especially tech products, keep breaking or slowing down faster than ever before? And what can consumers do to fight back against paying more for less? Let's get into it. All right, so first we got to start with a little bit of breakdown, right? Shrinkflation. What is it exactly, right? It is when corporations quietly downsize products without lowering the price and effectively charging you more for less. Some prime examples of this could include cereal boxes that are smaller, ice cream tubs that are smaller, going from 64 ounces to 48 ounces, and candy bars that are thinner while the prices are actually going up in some cases. So you got toilet paper rolls, laundry detergent, paper towels, toothpaste. Even the toothpaste tubes are smaller nowadays. And these companies are basically doing this because they prefer to slightly adjust the output while charging the same amount in hopes that consumers won't notice it. They probably are banking on you not noticing a couple of grams being knocked off your candy bar size if you being charged the same price and you still as big as you ever was. So they figure if he's too lazy to get up and not even eat this, then he's probably too lazy to read the label. I don't know. I'm pure speculation. I apologize. I'm sorry. Bad 7. And when you combine that with the efforts that are being put place by our current administration, where we're going to a land of less regulations, I mean, it doesn't bode well. I mean, we have less regulatory oversight, which means that companies can become more aggressive in these sorts of practices. They can do whatever the hell they want if ain't nobody sitting there saying, don't do it. And you have to think about that nowadays. I mean, think about laws. A lot of laws that are in place, especially certain laws. I don't want to get too deep into this, but just certain laws are put into place because they are made to make everybody else act normal. Think about that. I digress. Anyway, so why do these products break down or slow down faster? Basically, that's a thing called planned obsolescence. And that is when companies intentionally shorten the product lifespan in order to force you to buy more stuff. So there was a light bulb. Matter of fact, there's a light bulb. I think you can probably Google it. I'll put it on the show. There's a light bulb inside of a firehouse that's been on for over 100 years. Yes, they can make light bulbs that can last over 100 years, but hey, what's the point in doing that if everybody has 100-year light bulbs and I'm out of business as soon as I sell the last one to the last family? So it's become like something you pass down throughout the family. Oh, we got light bulbs. Are these the 100-year joints? Oh, thank you. But yeah, companies out there planning to make the lifespan of whatever they're producing shorter. They want to make it good enough for you to buy it, of course, but then they don't want to make it too good where you have to get more of it. So there may be some products or there may be some times when it may break down or slow down, or this one just didn't work as well. Oh man, oh shucks. And people talk about they don't make them like they used to anymore. There is something to that. There is definitely something to that. It's not just a turn of phrase. I mean, we got smartphone batteries that are getting weak just in time for the new release of the new phone to come out. You got refrigerators and microwaves that's outlasting their warranties that ain't worth the hill of beans when they first get them in the first place. We got printers. I got a printer right now that has some costly, it's one of them HP printers. Y'all know them printers. The printer be like $60 at the store, comes with ink, all that good stuff. And then when you try to get some more ink, the ink is $90. And you're like, wait, what the hell did I pay for the first time? That was just your entry fee to get you into the club. But now that they got you in there.
Gotcha, bitch.
So you are in there paying their peon fee to be inside the printer club. And everything's a club nowadays, right? But you're paying that fee to be inside the club so that way you can have access to the printer that you've already paid for. And while you're using that printer, they have technology installed in the printer to keep you from using any print ink other than the ink that they prescribe for said printer. You can't use nothing else. It'll send out an alert. As a matter of fact, that's what it seems like is happening a lot of days with a lot of these. And I've kind of talked about this with some streaming services and some other things, but it seems like they'll offer you everything. Hey, here's everything and it's free. Here you go, it's free. And then the next thing you know, it's almost like the higher ups are looking at the numbers and saying, oh, people really like this thing. Yeah, let's put a paywall in front of that. Let's charge them for it. Huh? Is that a good idea? Let's charge them for that. They like that. Let's charge them for that. Well, now we'll get money on that. Okay, and now we'll annoy the people who don't use it with ads and fill it with ads. And now they'll have to pay us to keep the ads from coming. But then we'll just reduce a few of the ads because they still got to get ads, and then they have to pay us even more to get away from those ads. Basically, this is how Hulu got started. I mean, hell, I used to play football, right? So some of the real stuff, right? For quite a while. And I got some homies that are well over 200, 300 pounds. In shape dudes, over 200, 300 pounds, right? And this expensive ass chair that I'm sitting in right now is from Wayfair, and it has a weight limit of 250 pounds. Most of their chairs have a weight limit of 250 pounds. Why are you making chairs that only 250 pound people can sit in? I ain't saying that, everybody in America is 300, but we know Americans are obese and we shouldn't be having tiny, tiny chairs where, people can't fit in them. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think any of my lineman friends are going to be fitting a tiny ass up in this chair anytime soon. But I think that we have things like this, like these tiny chairs that are being sold as a luxury item, as a part of, or almost as a shield to hide shrinkflation. And what is the outcome of all of that? Just more waste. We get more waste, just more stuff. Everybody buying more stuff and spending more money on more stuff that's going to flood the planet with unnecessary waste. But how can we fight back? I would say, first of all, advocating for clear labeling and transparency in your packaging. Just that alone could help when it comes to this shrinkflation. And you have to highlight and share anytime you see some shrinkflation happening. Like anytime you see some stuff like that happening online, a good story always comes to mind. Because look, Easter is around the corner. Have you ever noticed how those delicious Cadbury eggs, actually I can't even say delicious, let me not sit here in front, I ain't never had no Cadbury egg. Them things look nasty to me. The inside look all goofy and white and yellow. I'm sure it's full of too much sugar and a whole bunch of preservatives and crap. I'm sure it's nothing that you need to have in your body. But anyway, for those of y'all who like them, you've seen those Cadbury eggs that come out and they seem to be smaller every single year. But it turns out That's it's not your imagination. And initially, Cadbury, they actually put out a statement that said it's just your imagination. The eggs haven't gotten smaller, you've gotten bigger. They actually tried to gaslight you as an advertisement answer to shade the fact that they were ripping you off by not giving you your damn chocolate. Cadbury eggs have shrunk from 39 grams to 34 grams, but the price never went down. Each Easter, millions of eggs are being sold at full price while you getting less of that sugary, gooey goodness. I'll call it goodness, but I'll say it looked like something that came out somebody's nose when they wasn't feeling that good. That's what it looked like to me. But that's just me. But seriously, consumers fought back. Dude from The Office got on, I think it was the Jimmy Kimmel show, and had a whole, he showed it off and just like, I will not stand for this crap anymore. Cadbury, your days, count your days, and stuff like that. And social media went wild as a result. So Cadbury tried to claim cost savings and new recipes and all that stuff, but come on. Even though your candy's nasty, probably, I'm sure we know shrinkflation when we taste it. So look, this Easter, when you are unwrapping your candy, don't just accept a smaller egg quietly. Post about it, talk about it, and keep them companies honest, because that's honestly how you do it. You got to shame these folks. I talk about making them feel it all the time. You have to make these corporations feel it. That's the only way you can get change, or that's the only way you can get them to do the things that they were going to do before. I mean, Cadbury, at one time, they were actually using like real cocoa. Now they're using like cocoa powder. They're using different preservatives and things inside. It's not even the same product that it once was. With some of these products and the way that some of these corporations have decided to change them around and make them better, but cheaper while charging the same damn price. It kind of reminds me of that quandary about the ship that is completely rebuilt. Like all of the wood on the ship is replaced with new wood. Is the ship still the same ship? You know what I'm saying? So if you take all the pieces of the Cadbury and you replace them with new and different things that aren't what the Cadbury initially was when you first started, and you end up with some whole new synthetic piece of Cadbury crap, is it still Cadbury? I mean, I guess if you slap your name on it, any damn thing in Cadbury, you got Cadbury lights and Cadbury shirts. I don't know. But I'm just saying in general, like, is it still considered the thing that it initially started off as? I guess that's the question. And look, I've talked about this before, but we got to embrace the DIY repair culture, the right to repair movement, because I know I'm sitting there talking about Cadbury eggs and all that stuff, but it goes from Cadbury eggs to technology to the car you drive. You have to, if you don't have access to, or if you don't have the ability to own the things that you own, where you can access it and get into the thing and fix the thing as you are owning it, well, then you are subject to the people who do have that access and whatever price they decide to charge you while they're accessing it. And when you have that access, you have the ability to fix on the thing and keep them from putting out a bad part that once was made out of metal. Now it's made out of fiberglass. Now it's made out of plastic. But they're charging you the same $40,000 for it. You know what I'm saying? So it keeps money in your pocket, and it keeps you from paying, say it with me, the idiot tax. That's right. We're trying to keep from paying the idiot tax, people, especially if you have children. Keep your kids from paying the idiot tax. If you have already, let's keep the kids from repeating our mistakes, shall we, parents? And you can actually mod some of your electronics to bypass some of these obsolescence cycles. So some of these, like, they actually have it planned into the programming of the thing that when it gets to this time, this many usage, this many cycles of whatever it is, it's time to start breaking down. And when it's time to start breaking down for no apparent reason, that's when it's time for you, the consumer, to go pay for something else. So it would be a great idea for you to figure out within your electronics, especially, how to keep those things as alive as possible, as long as possible. That way you don't have to pay the replacement fee every single time like you're getting a new bag of chips. Who wants to buy a new, I don't know, a TV every single time like they buy Doritos? Just saying. Hopefully, the TV won't have as much air in it, but it's a whole different story. I'm just saying we got to do something about this shrinkflation and all this stuff, because if we don't, pretty soon we're going to get to the point where we're going to go to the store and get a box of cereal and open it up when we get home, and all it's going to do is whisper Cheerios when you open it. When you open it up, it's just like, it's like snap, crackle, no pop. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all you get. You know what I mean? So no, but jokes aside, when companies think that they're too busy or too distracted to notice that we are getting less, they are betting on our silence, and they want us to be as quiet and as controllable as possible. Because when we stay silent, we lose money, we lose quality, and frankly, we lose some of our dignity too, for real. So a couple of quick takeaways, right? Shrinkflation and planned obsolescence thrive on consumer unawareness. So notice the product changes and say something when you see something. It's not that hard, for real. Dude, just you got to make them as nervous as they want to make you when you're going through the self-checkout lane and you got 12 cameras on you. And then prepared, don't replace things. Learn how to fix things so that way you know how to do things. Then maybe you can market those skills and now you have a career, because trust, knowing things is a whole lot easier and a whole lot better than not knowing things. And it helps you avoid paying, say it with me, children, the idiot tax. That's right. I'm sorry. The idiot tax, which also is the same as what they charge you when you don't know anything too. It's the ignorance fee, but people get mad when you say ignorant. It's funny how you say ignorant, that's a problem, but idiot is okay. Idiot is funny, but ignorant, that's offensive. I digress. And lastly, use your voice, because companies respond to public pressure. So spread awareness and hold these monks accountable publicly. But with that said, I want to leave you with this, right? Have you noticed shrinkflation or experienced any planned obsolescence? Drop your stories down in those comments and let me know. Look, we might have to do something like this in a future episode. I ain't sure. Also, please like, share, subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, man. Every subscription that y'all give your boy and help your boy out with helps me to get this algorithm to like me a little bit more, just a little bit more. But with that said, please remember, don't let them sell you a bag of air or a phone that breaks on command or a car either. Just open your eyes, keep them open, and use your voice as loud and as proud as you can. But until next time, this has been your boy 7 on another episode of The Black Man Show presents Society Breakdown. And please make sure you take care of each other. Until next time, peace. And I'm out.